This is my cousin Casey and I. Casey was born when I was 4 years old. I instantly fell in love with him, saying he was my baby. It was tough because Casey lived in Connecticut and I lived in Maryland, but we still would see each other a couple times a year and have a blast whenever we were together. The older we got, the more fun we had and the more shenanigans that we would get into. We would spend our holidays together, and some of my favorite memories are of Casey and I. The older we got, the less we started seeing each other. I was in college, Casey was in high school, and he was the quarterback of his high school football team. Casey was very well known in Connecticut for his quarterback skills. He won a ton of awards, and I was always the proud older cousin telling people about him. After winning his high school championship, Casey was offered a scholarship from UConn to play football as the quarterback. Casey did very well at UConn, and it was amazing being able to watch him play on TV. He was even looking forward to being able to play in the NFL someday. Little did he know, in August of 2014, as a red-shirted sophomore, one game would be his last.
Well, it's hard to swallow for UConn football players seeing their teammates' football career end. The Huskies talking today about Casey Cochran having to stop playing football due to multiple concussions. Cochran, who played at Massac of Monroe High School, reportedly had at least 3 of them while at UConn. He was just a sophomore. Cochran will stay with the team, work with the other quarterbacks, all the while working on his new goal of becoming a coach.
Just like that, a guy who had loved football since he was 5 years old was done with the game. Most people would wallow in self-pity or become really depressed, but not Casey. He decided to take action.
I am a Connecticut kid. I was born in New London, Connecticut. I lived all over the state, and I'm pretty sure I had a football in my crib when I was born. I've played the sport since I was 7, and this past fall I gave it up after our first game against BYU, after I suffered my 12th concussion. In all, I think I've had around 12, maybe more, maybe a little bit less. And after that last one was when I knew it should be my last. I've kind of hidden how many I've had before, but I think this is an appropriate time to talk about it. I'm not ashamed of how many I've had. I'm just worried that more kids like me will end up having that many or more. So in the end goal, is it to get our kids to the NFL, or is it to get our kids healthy and get them through life? And I think that should be the main goal.
Nowadays, Casey speaks out about brain injuries and concussions. He's currently gathering research to write a book about brain injuries, and has also been in support of a bill to allow parents and students to know about the possibility of sports-related concussions. His main goal is to allow students and parents to become informed and not let this happen to anyone else. If you Google Casey Cochran, you'll find a long list of all of his amazing football achievements. But if you ask me, Casey Cochran is a lot more than just a football player. He's smart, he's funny, he's an advocate for something he believes in, and anybody would be lucky to have him as a cousin. I know I am.